Every Tuesday, I do a show with Lonzo Williams, West Coast hip-hop legend. He discovered Dr. Dre and gave him his first shot in the music business. He discovered Ice Cube and gave him his first shot in the music business. He connected Eazy-E with Jerry Heller, which eventually formed Ruthless Records. By most, if not all accounts, if it weren't for Lonzo Williams, there would be no NWA as we know it. He was portrayed in Straight Outta Compton as the angry club owner who, quote, didn't like all that rap music.
Hey, I'm gonna go outside, make sure nothing's popping off, all right? I want you to keep these fat asses shaking. Don't play none of that street ass rap shit, all right? I want these motherfuckers to think about pussy, not physical.
He is probably most famously known for his song with World Class Wrecking Crew. Before you turn off the lights, let's make one thing understood. If you plan to make love to me, you gotta do it good. We know the song, right? Well, this past Tuesday on our show, him and I discussed Kid Frost's recent comments on the Haters World YouTube channel. Kid Frost stated that if it weren't for Latinos, black artists wouldn't have sold millions of records. I personally have discussed this on my channel twice already, and I got a lot of backlash for it, specifically from black people. I'm going to play Alonzo's response to Kid Frost's comments, and I'll stop it every once in a while and share my thoughts. Kid Frost was on a podcast called Haters World, and shout out to Haters World. He's a cool podcast out there. He's doing his thing, numbers up. But Kid Frost was on there, and this wasn't even a topic, Lonzo, but there was about a 30-second clip that Kid Frost said something, and it caught my attention, so I thought I'd bring it to the show and share it. I'm going to play it right here. This is Kid Frost saying that if it weren't for Mexicans, Latinos, Hispanics, that black artists wouldn't have sold millions.
My people, if the Panther that's listening right now, you are the ones that made Ice Cube platinum. You are the ones that made DJ Quick platinum. Without our gente and our raza and our Mexican people, these artists would have never sold. These little Waynes and these artists would have never, Tupac's would have never been as big and platinum. Mexicans made these artists go platinum.
What are your thoughts on that, Lance?
Motherfucker ain't lying. He is not lying. As World Class Wrecking Crew, 85 to 90% of the crowds I played for was Latino.
Let me stop it right there. I didn't know that he would agree with me on this 100%. I honestly thought he was going to say something totally different. But it made me happy that a man 20 years my senior, a man who, by all accounts, was one of the forefathers of West Coast hip hop. It made me happy that he actually agreed with me on this. You hear what he said? At the World Class Wrecking Crew shows, most of the crowd was Latino. And this is the early 80s, dog.
I have played car shows and concerts. Wasn't a black person in the room except for us on stage and backstage. Okay? Latinos have a loyalty to their music can't be shaken by nobody.
Latinos have a loyalty to their musicians. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Most of my introduction to hip hop was given to me by Latinos, by my Mexican friends. The first time anybody ever told me what NWA stood for, it was a Hispanic dude. First time I ever heard an Eazy-E tape was from a Hispanic dude. First time I ever heard a Too Short tape was from a Hispanic dude. Here is more of Alonzo Williams giving his thoughts.
Okay, right now, if I go to a car show, I'm gonna get more love in the car show than I would in the mall. Most of the shows I did in Texas, New Mexico, California, Nevada. I mean, shit. Most of the shows I've done, man, I'm telling you, we didn't see a lot of black folks till we went down south. We cut our teeth on Latino crowd.
We're talking the 80s, people. Once again, this is a hip hop pioneer. telling you that in the early 80s, he would look out into the crowd and it was mostly Latino, mostly Hispanic, mostly Mexican cats. And this is for you, all you out there that are giving me crap, giving me trash, giving me backlash over my opinion on the matter. Let's continue with Lonzo Williams.
When I was one of the first shows we ever did as World Class Wrecking Crew was in Sacramento at a fair. You know who was on the show with us? Fucking Kid Frost.
Who was on the show with them? Effing Kid Frost back in the early 80s in Sacramento.
No bullshit. Me and Frost been friends for 40-some years. Okay? Ain't no bullshit. When we first.
And Lonzo ain't the type of guy that's going to agree with you just because he's been friends with you for 40 years. Don't think that Lonzo's saying all this just because he's Kid Frost's good friend. Alonzo Williams is a type of guy that will give you his true feelings, and if he disagree with you, he will let you know. He is sharing his real thoughts right now on how Latinos have helped black artists sell millions of copies. If it wasn't for Latinos, our artists wouldn't have sold millions, period. And here's a pioneer saying it right here. Let's keep going.
We drove, it was Wrecking Crew, Bobby Jimmy and the Critters, I think LA Dream Team. We all drove our cars. I just got my BMW. Them niggas drove in the van in the mobile home. I drove my BMW. I had the Sheen, and that's the old school word. And Frost was already there, and we rocked, we partied, we had a good time, did this thing, and because our music was just very appealing to the Latino crowd. Sacramento was our first club we ever played, period, in life outside of LA was a club called Vortex. Vortex was a Latino club, mostly Mexicans. Real talk. Few blacks, but mostly Mexicans.
What?
We played that fair, shit. Wasn't no Afro picks in that crowd.
Wasn't no Afro picks in that crowd.
Nope, not at all. So yeah, I got to give Frost a little credit on that. I'm not gonna say that, but he didn't say it. I'm not gonna say it either. They weren't the sole reason. They gave us that extra boost that we wasn't getting in the beginning.
Correct. That's exactly what he said. That's what you pretty much said.
Latinos gave us that extra boost. They were more receptive to our music than our own people were. Then we have people that liked it, but one thing about it, my people, shit, your ass hot today. Next.
One thing about black folks, you're hot today, then they're looking for the next thing. That's not the case with a lot of other groups in this country, especially Latinos. They stick with you. They're going to check out your concert 20, 30 years from now.
But Latinos, they still blowing, rocking with Rocky Badilla. They still rocking with the Delphonics. They still rock with shit from back in the day. They have a old soul when it comes to their music, especially when it comes to Lowriders. My first licensing deal, Lowrider Magazine, Thump Records, first licensing deals. That's what made us blow up. That's what Bill Walker and Thump Records. We stayed in he did all those Lowrider compilations, and then
I used to love Lowrider Magazine.
Lowrider Magazine was doing all those car shows. We was on the car show tour, and they loved us. Me and Yella did a book signing last year in East LA. Shit, you swear it was 1986 or some shit.
Him and Yella, DJ Yella from NWA, did a show last year, a book signing, and he said you could have swore it was 1986.
Where we got respected. No shit, real talk.
And I mentioned this, and oh my God, I said literally almost what you said to a T, Lonzo, on my show, and I got backlash from black folks. Is it because I'm light skinned? I'm married to a Latina. Now we have a dude 20 years older than me who literally was there at the creation of hip hop saying the same exact thing. Why do you think a lot of our people get upset when we give props like, yes, those motherfuckers helped us sell millions of records?
We want to claim hip hop as our own, which it is. It's very largely our own. We don't want to give nobody else no credit for supporting it. That's all they saying.
Listen. We don't want to give others credit for supporting it. Come on, folks. Come on, black folks. We got to give credit where credit is due. And we all know, especially if you grew up on the West Coast in cities like Los Angeles and San Diego, San Francisco, all the way up to everywhere. Goddamn Seattle, Washington. You know, Latinos were there at the beginning supporting the hell out of us.
They ain't say they created, they say they supported it in a big way, which ain't no crime in that, and they did. I'd go out to, I didn't know about it, we fucked it. I'd go out to Santa Fe Springs swap meet.
Oh yeah, that's my shit on Sundays, boy.
Santa Fe Springs swap meet. Sell a bunch of records. Norwalk Records right here in Norwalk, California.
For anyone who doesn't know about Santa Fe Springs swap meet, all Latino, I live probably 12, 13 miles from there. I frequent it often. I love the Santa Fe Springs swap meet, especially on a Sunday. Grab a beer and listen to some good live music. There is nothing like it. And Lonzo is telling you right now that he was selling hella records back in the day at the Santa Fe Springs swap meet. He also mentioned Norwalk Records. Anyone who grew up in the 562, hell, anyone who knew hip hop back in the 90s and even to the 2000s knows about the legendary Norwalk Records. Shout out to Norwalk Records. I got to do a show on them one day. I'm going to try to get some former artists from Norwalk Records. I'm definitely working on that on my end. But once again, Norwalk Records, all Latino artists, they were buying Alonzo's music like hotcakes. Now, that's pretty much the end of it, you know, with Lonzo discussing his thoughts on Kid Frost. I just wanted to share that with you. This man, 20 years my senior, is telling you that if it weren't for Latinos, black artists wouldn't have sold millions and millions of records. Now, I want to see if you guys give him as much shit as you gave me. If you want to check out the show, the link is in the description, the full show. The link is in the description. And if you enjoy West Coast hip hop and you just love hip hop history, period, please do subscribe to NWA Stories with Lonzo, Lonzo. NWA Stories with Lonzo on YouTube. We do a live show every single Tuesday where we discuss the beginnings of hip hop. We discuss the BS that's going on today. And I think you would enjoy that show if you enjoy the content that you hear right here on my channel. So make sure you go to NWA Stories with Lonzo and hit that subscribe button. Also, please check out my second channel, Dusty Vision TV. Dusty Vision TV right here on YouTube. I post content on that channel every day as well. Do you have the Rumble app? Download Rumble, Rumble, the Rumble app. Please download Rumble and subscribe to me on Dusty Vision Radio on Rumble. Rumble is more uncensored. You're going to get a more uncensored version of Dusty Vision because YouTube, they're so strict. Their guidelines, so hard to all the yellow tape and red tape and jumping over this and jumping through hoops and walking on eggshells. You can't say this and don't offend that person and don't offend that group. It's a lot more free on Rumble. So if you like free talk, go to Rumble. And trust me, a lot of your podcasters and YouTubers are on Rumble right now. So go over there and check them out for the uncensored version. If you're on Instagram, follow me, Dusty Vision Radio, Instagram, Dusty Vision Radio. And if you are on Facebook, I have a group with over 10,000 people that I comment in all the time. That is Dusty Vision TV on Facebook, Dusty Vision TV. Thank you all so much for checking out the show. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.